In this video, I want to begin by talking about the recent comments Charles Hoskinson made regarding Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple. To be honest and transparent, this discussion highlights a long-standing difference in philosophy within the crypto industry. Charles Hoskinson has always represented a vision of crypto that is deeply rooted in the idea of a retail-driven movement, where individuals collectively reshape the financial system and reduce the role of traditional institutions. This belief has influenced how Cardano was developed and how Charles communicates about the future of blockchain technology. Hey guys, welcome back to Whiteboard Crypto Update. In today's video, we will talk about XRP. So be sure to stay focused, as you surely don't want to miss out on this. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads. This video is for educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. There is no question that Charles Hoskinson is an intelligent and influential figure in crypto. However, his outlook differs significantly from the approach taken by Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse. Brad has consistently believed that blockchain technology would ultimately be adopted by large financial institutions rather than replacing them entirely. From this perspective, crypto does not destroy the existing system overnight, but instead upgrades it by making it faster, cheaper, and more efficient. XRP and the XRP ledger were designed with this exact purpose in mind. The disagreement became more visible as discussions around the cryptocurrency clarity bill intensified. Charles expressed concern that accepting regulatory clarity, especially if it is not perfect, could give too much influence to the same institutions that previously resisted or challenged the crypto industry. His position is that once regulations are passed, they are difficult to change, and compromise today could limit freedom tomorrow. From his point of view, it is better to resist than to accept a system that feels restrictive. While that concern is understandable, it's important to look at how Brad Garlinghouse views the situation. Brad is not suggesting that crypto should be controlled by banks, nor is he giving away the core principles of decentralization. What he recognizes is that regulatory clarity, even if incomplete, removes uncertainty. And removing uncertainty is what allows institutions, liquidity providers, and global markets to engage at scale. The XRP ledger does not lose its power simply because institutions use it. The technology remains neutral. The code does not change. What changes is the level of access and adoption. From Ripple's perspective, the clarity bill does not need to be perfect. It only needs to move the industry forward. Progress, even in small steps, creates momentum. A useful way to think about this is to imagine a massive barrier holding back liquidity and adoption. You don't need to completely remove that barrier all at once. Even a single opening can allow everything behind it to move forward. Brad Garlinghouse understands that XRP does not need total regulatory perfection to succeed. It needs a starting point. Once that starting point exists, the XRP ledger is already positioned to scale and integrate into global financial infrastructure. This difference in outlook explains why these two figures react so differently. Brad operates with confidence that Ripple and XRP are already prepared for what comes next. Regulatory clarity is simply the final step that allows everything else to function openly. Charles, on the other hand, appears more concerned that the future of crypto may not align with the original grassroots vision he strongly believes in. That tension naturally leads to frustration. Regardless of personal opinions, what truly matters is how this impacts XRP. And that brings us back to the price action. Recently, XRP experienced a sharp move downward that caused a lot of concern across the market. It looked like the price could continue falling aggressively. However, despite that pressure, XRP managed to hold a local support level. Even after a strong liquidation move, XRP did not create significantly lower lows. Instead, it stabilized. This is important because it suggests that selling pressure may be easing. Rather than collapsing further, the price appears to be forming a rounded base. This type of structure often develops when the market begins transitioning from fear to accumulation. As long as XRP continues to hold this area and price starts to recover gradually, this move can still be viewed as a bottoming process rather than a breakdown. That said, if this level fails, the downside risk increases. There's no denying that. But based on the structure and broader context, a complete breakdown is not the most likely outcome in my view. Many people are focusing only on short-term price movement, and that's where a lot of the bearish sentiment is coming from. That reaction is understandable, but price alone does not tell the full story. When you step back and look at the fundamentals, XRP is in one of the strongest positions it has ever been in. Regulatory momentum is improving, institutional interest continues to grow, real-world use cases are expanding, yet the price has been trending lower for an extended period. When price and fundamentals move in opposite directions for a long time, that creates a disconnect. Eventually, something has to change. Either the fundamentals weaken dramatically, or the price adjusts to reflect the underlying progress. If you look across the broader financial markets, global equities are near all-time highs. Precious metals like gold and silver are performing strongly. Traditional assets are priced very optimistically. In contrast, the crypto market remains relatively undervalued despite gaining clarity, adoption, and relevance. That imbalance rarely lasts forever. From this perspective, XRP looks less like a failing asset and more like a market that has not yet caught up to reality. The potential for a revaluation is significant. When markets finally align price with fundamentals, the move can be fast and decisive. There will always be periods where price action feels discouraging, even when the long-term outlook remains strong. Those periods test patience and conviction. But unless something fundamentally changes for the worse, and there is no clear evidence of that, these phases often represent opportunity rather than danger. Well, guys, that's all we have for you today. What are your thoughts on XRP? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you for watching.